Welcome everybody to Quiztopia, where knowledge is the currency and confidence, well, it's optional. You have to think fast though and think sharp. Remember, you can make it rain with your brain. Here is your first question. Every link you click has a formal name behind it. Yes, it sounds technical, but most of us use it dozens of times without thinking about it. Now, what does the acronym URL stand for? Unicorn Riding License, Universal Routing Line, Underwater Robot League, or Uniform Resource Locator? Yes, some acronyms are practical, others clearly not. Here we're looking for Uniform Resource Locator. Yes, the URL specifies the exact address a resource is from on the internet. There's bridges everywhere, ferries instead of buses. This capital, it feels more like an archipelago than a city. Which capital is famously built on 14 islands? Is that Washington, D.C., Bratislava, Stockholm, or Dublin? One capital here is landlocked. One peeks into the sea and one turns island hopping into city planning. We're talking about Stockholm, often called the Venice of the North. Jajamensan. Some of the coldest nights happen with no clouds at all. Clear skies can actually make things colder. Why do clear nights, though, often get colder than cloudy ones? Is that because less sunlight is stored? It's thinner air? Heat escapes more easily, or wind drops? It is because nothing is trapping the warmth. Yes, heat escapes more easily. Clouds, they can act like a blanket, holding heat near the ground. Quickfire! What is albedo? Is that surface reflectivity or wind speed? Brightness affects temperature. This is surface reflectivity. Albedo measures how much light a surface reflects. Around the world, festivals mark seasons, beliefs, and joy. But which one of these is not a well-known festival celebration? Is that Diwali, Carnival, Lumina Bloom, or Songkran? Three of these are celebrated by millions every year. One just sounds like it should be, and that's the Lumina Bloom. Yes, Diwali, Carnival, and Songkran are well-established cultural festivals, while Lumina Bloom is just something I made up. You players impress me every time, but look at this. What are these scores? They're amazing. They look so good. You are above the bar. Let's see if you can keep it up with the next questions. A collapsed world and a deadly infection. This story began in another medium before becoming one of the most talked about TV adaptations in years. Which series is set in the world overrun by infection? Is that Wednesday, Squid Game, Bridgerton, or The Last of Us? Gamers, they knew the story, and viewers quickly learned why it hit so hard. It's The Last of Us. Yes, the series earned praise for respecting its original story while expanding the emotional moments. Yes, made it truly unforgettable. And also, Pedro Pascal. Quickfire. Which phenomenon is real? A fire rainbow or a flame halo? One is light physics and has a very dramatic name. That's the fire rainbow. A fire rainbow is formed when sunlight passes through ice crystals on high clouds. Long before printed books, information still needed to be preserved. Now, why was writing especially important for early civilizations? Is that because they were decorating public buildings, entertaining large crowds, replacing spoken language, or recording laws and transactions? As societies expanded, memory alone wasn't enough. Yes, they needed to record laws and transactions. Writing allowed early civilizations to manage rules, property, and everything. Now, baseball usually separates the power hitters with the dominant pitchers. But one superstar, he shattered that tradition by excelling in both. Now, which Major League Baseball player is known for his two-way talent, both as a pitcher and a hitter? Is that Patrick Mahomes, Nuno Mendes, Shohei Ohtani, or Bryce Harper? Two of the players that you saw here play different sports, and one is a pure hitter. One rewrote the rule book by mastering both roles, and that is Shohei Ohtani. Yes, a once-in-a-century talent, redefining what a single player can do. Like a Virgin, Material Girl, and Vogue, which singer does these songs belong to? Cyndi Lauper, Madonna, Cher, or Janet Jackson? Few artists have defined pop across decades. But we're talking about here, Madonna. Yes, from the 1980s and onward, these tracks helped shape pop culture, fashion, and attitudes worldwide. It is time to see the winners today. Oh yes, and let's start with the top 10. All right, players, very, very well done. You were the fastest, and you had the correct answers. And therefore, you end up here getting the top prizes. Congratulations. Very, very well done. Look at our quiz champion there. Woo, way to go. We also have our wild card winners. That is right. You just need a couple of right answers here. You can be randomly selected and then end up being a winner. Take a look at this. You love to see it. Play the game and win the prize. That's what we do here in Quiztopia and PortalOne. Very nicely done, players. Give yourself a pat on the back. That's it for now, Quiztopia. Brains that were tested, egos were perhaps humbled, but most importantly, you might have learned something new. Until next time, good luck and happy gaming.